Hi. So let's start with the session number 2. In the previous session number 1, we talked about or we learned about the default VPC and the non-default VPC. Let's focus on the CIDR, CIDR. There are so many points, right, guys, related to the CIDR range. Each VPC required a unique CIDR range if they are communicating with each other. In this example, right, we have a Mumbai AP South 1 region, and under this region, I have a 2 VPC. App 1 VPC and the web VPC. Under app VPC, we have a CIDR range configured 10.1.0.0/16. For web, we have configured 10.2.0.0/16. All the resource inside the app VPC should be in or under 10.1.0.0/16 sub CIDR range. I have another region, Hong Kong. There I have a CIDR range 10.3.0.0/16 for an app VPC, and for web VPC we have 10.4.0.0/16. CIDR, it's not the subnet, right? In under each CIDR, you can have a maximum 200 subnet, not more than 200. We'll see, right, when it's come to the subnet. So each VPC has a different non-conflicting CIDR. Okay, let's more talk about the CIDR. There are certain rules, right, when you configure the CIDR, means VPC CIDR. You must configure RFC 1918 IP address, means class A 10.0.0/8, 132.16 0.0/12. That means you are CIDR in under these subnets only, and 192.168.0.0/16. You cannot use a public IP address to your VPC. Clear? If you have your own IP address schema, altogether that is a different story. We'll see later, not now. But as a best practices, you have to configure the CIDR inside the 191 RFC 1918 range. Clear? Okay. Next, there are some CIDR rules, I can say. Whenever I define a CIDR, it should be, for example, 10.0.0 start from /16. You cannot have a /15/13/9/12. No, AWS won't allow you. Can I use /17? Of course you can. Can I use /18? Yes, of course you can. Up to /28 you can use as a CIDR. But guys, tell me, if you create a CIDR of /28, then how you will create a subnet inside the 28? Right? Correct? Right? So it allows you to configure the /28 CIDR range. But what about a subnet then? Right? Okay. So 16 to 28. That's it. Okay. There are few addresses or subnet which is already reserved by the AWS Cloud 9 service. 172.7.0.0/16. Can I use? You can use, but avoid, because it's already used by the AWS Cloud 9 service. Okay. Consider if you are creating a CIDR range, CIDR, VPC and CIDR through CLI, and if you configure like this 100.68.0.28/18, so it will automatically convert into the actual subnet 10.100.68.0.0/18, right? It's automatically correct. Now, once you create a CIDR, for example, this one 10.0.0/16, and later what I realize, oh, I want to change the subnet mask. No, you cannot. Once you create a CIDR, you cannot increase, you cannot decrease the CIDR range. Clear? Yes, you have to create a new and use it to create a subnet. See, guys, what is the purpose of CIDR? Ultimately, is to create a subnet under CIDR. That is the main purpose. Okay. If you don't have a CIDR, AWS won't allow you to create a VPC if you don't define the CIDR. CIDR is a compulsory to define. Okay. Next. Okay. Yes. Question. Can I add a same CIDR to the different VPC? Yes. Answer is yes. But again, it is a conflicting scenario. If you have a different VPC that will not at all communicate with each other, go ahead and use the same CIDR range. No problem. Right? But if you have a web VPC, you have an app VPC, and you are using the same CIDR range, it's a conflicting, right? So it is the AWS allows, but it is not recommended, right? Okay. Next question: how many CIDR we can configure under one VPC? Total 5. One is a primary CIDR and 4 secondary CIDR. See, 10.2.0.0/16, 3.0.0/16, 4.0.0/16, 5.0.0/16, and 6.0.0/16. You cannot configure more than 5. Limit is minimum 1 you have to configure in the one VPC and maximum 5. The first when you first one, the first configure, call it as a primary, and the rest of other call it as a secondary. Clear? Chalo. Let's have a practical. Okay. Let me go to the VPC. Okay. Create VPC. Then VPC only. Let me choose a VPC only and name as a DNA XT web app DB app VPC. We already have a web VPC. We already have a DB VPC. Let's create an app VPC and define the CIDR. 10.10.0.0/16, which is already conflicting with web VPC. I'm telling you. Let's create, right? There is an option to create a secondary CIDR. No, there is no option to create secondary CIDR right here. But once you create a VPC, then go ahead and create a secondary CIDR. Okay. Then create VPC. Yeah. So DNAXT app VPC has been created. Okay. So now go to the VPC and edit CIDR. Once you edit the CIDR, see the one you created first, called it as a primary CIDR. And when you add new, call it as a secondary CIDR. Add name as a 10.11.0.0/16. Again, 11 is conflicting with the DB, but still purposefully I am creating it. Right? Save it. This is my secondary. Oh, secondary I can remove, but primary you cannot. At least one CIDR must be attached to the, must configure under one VPC. Create another one, right? Create another one. Oh, sorry, my bad. Add new CIDR, 12 dot. Add new CIDR, 13 dot. Guys, what is the maximum limit? 5. Add 14. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 primary, 4 secondary. Add new CIDR, 15. It is allowing to configure the more than 5. Okay. Save it. Error. Failed to create a CIDR 10.15.0.0/16. Why? PPT. Yes. Maximum 5. Here you go. Practically prove. Okay. You cannot. Yes. Now close it. Go to the app VPC. Just click on the app VPC. There you can see the 5 CIDR. See this 11, 12, 13 and 14. Maximum 5 CIDR. Now when you create a subnet inside the app VPC, right? There you have to choose the CIDR range. Create subnet under which VPC? Under app VPC. And when you choose under app VPC, there it will show you. See, these are the all 5 CIDR. You have to just configure the subnet, right? You have to just configure subnet. Be make sure you should well aware about the subnetting, right? Please refer my YouTube channel and subnetting video. Yeah, cancel. Perfect, guys. So, okay. One more thing, go back to the VPC, app CIDR, edit, edit CIDR, and you can go and remove the CIDR. Remove, remove. Question: if I have a subnet configured under second CIDR, will it possible to delete it? It will show you to remove this, but it will throw the error because subnet has already been created under that particular CIDR. Clear? Okay, perfect. So this is all about guys CIDR. In the next session, we will focus on the subnet. Thank you so much. Bye bye.